Okay, let's unpack this a bit. Have you ever really stopped to think about just how much information, how much data is swirling around us every single day? It's kind of mind-blowing when you pause on it, isn't it?
Oh, totally. It feels overwhelming, like just noise a lot of the time. But the fascinating thing is, it's not just noise. Hidden in that flood, it's like a gold mine.
Right.
And that's where data science and analytics come in. They're the keys, really, to turning all that chaos into something useful, into insight.
Exactly. And that's our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? To explore how these, massive amounts of data get turned into valuable insights, stuff you can actually use for decision making. We're pulling from a really solid lecture on data science and analytics. So stick with us and you'll get a real shortcut to understanding this whole powerful field. And just to give you a sense of the scale, really feel it. Get this. Something like 90% of all the data on the internet, it's been created since 2016.
Wow, 90% since 2016.
Yeah, almost everything online is, what, less than 8 years old? It's
Right.
just incredible. And it's speeding up. Think about this. Every single minute, Facebook users click like more than 4 million times.
4 million likes a minute.
And Instagram, users post nearly 47,000 pictures
Okay.
every minute.
Okay.
And tweets, we're talking 656 million tweets sent out globally per day.
That's just a sea of information.
It really is an absolute tide.
So, okay, the crucial question then becomes, is all this data actually useful?
Yeah, is it just noise or
And the answer is a resounding yes, especially for businesses, for organizations. Think about it. Understanding this torrent of user stuff, it's incredibly valuable.
how so? What can they actually do with it?
Well, it helps them identify their current audience, sure, but also find potential new ones they didn't even know existed.
Okay, finding new customers.
Right, and spotting new trends as they bubble up before everyone else jumps on board. Plus, understanding how people are really interacting with their content, what works, what doesn't.
And getting a sense of what customers actually think, their feelings about the brand.
Exactly, that real-time pulse on customer sentiment, it's gold.
So it's not just abstract numbers. It directly translates into, well, better business, right?
Absolutely. Improving potential, expanding the customer base smartly, making marketing way more effective.
It's about moving from guessing to actually knowing,
Yeah.
making decisions based on evidence.
Not just hoping for the best.
Which leads to something really interesting, doesn't it? How we used to make decisions.
Hmm.
Historically, a lot came down to, instinct, that gut feeling.
Mm-hmm. The traditional approach.
And look, intuition has its place, but, well, we're human. We can't possibly track everything that's going on.
No way. Not with this volume of information.
So we make mistakes. We miss things,
Mm.
especially when things are complex.
And that's exactly the gap that data-driven decision-making DDDM fills. It's the powerful alternative.
So instead of just a hunch,
Right. Your decisions are actually backed up by data that's been properly analyzed, rigorously looked at. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of the equation, leads to much more reliable outcomes, frankly.
okay, so DDDM.
Hmm.
And you mentioned data can inform different kinds of decisions.
That's right. Broadly, you can think of two main types.
Okay.
First, there's strategic decision-making. This is the big picture stuff.
Like long-term planning.
Exactly. Complex, organization-wide planning. Data helps answer things like, what's the overall market trend? Or what plans should we make for the next 5 years? The high-level direction.
Got it. Strategic. And the second type.
That's operational decision-making. This is about the day-to-day, the immediate stuff.
Like what's happening now.
Precisely. What's happening right now? What
Yeah.
specific action do we need to take immediately to fix this problem or seize this opportunity?
So data helps with both the grand strategy and the everyday tactical stuff.
Correct. It spans the spectrum. And underpinning all of this is data science itself, which at its core is really a multidisciplinary field.
Multidisciplinary, meaning it draws from different areas.
Yeah, like stats, computer science, domain expertise, all focused on pulling knowledge, pulling insights from data. The main goal, to help us reason better and make smarter decisions, even when things are uncertain.
Okay, so how does it actually work? What are the components?
You can break it down into two main aspects. The first is all about the management and processing of data.
Management and processing. Why is that first?
Because data, well, it almost never arrives ready to use. It's usually messy.
Messy how?
Oh, it can be incomplete, have errors, be stored in totally different places, incompatible formats. You name it.
So you can't just jump straight to analysis.
Nope, you've got to prepare it. That involves things like Data assessment and cleaning, basically, checking it and tidying it up. Then data integration, bringing data from different sources together. And data transformation, changing its structure or format so your analysis tools can actually work with it.
That sounds like a lot of foundational work. Essential plumbing, almost.
It really is. You can't build insights on shaky foundations.
Okay, so once the data is clean, integrated, transformed, then comes the analysis.
Exactly. That's the second core aspect, the analytical methods and theories for data analysis and optimization.
Right. This is where the cool techniques come in.
This is where the magic happens, yeah. We apply things like data mining to find hidden patterns people would never spot.
Okay.
Text analytics to understand sentiment or topics in written text, machine learning and statistical learning to build predictive models, mathematical optimization to figure out the absolute best course of action, and of course, visualization to make all this complexity easy to grasp.
Wow. Okay. That's quite a toolbox. So let's maybe walk through some of those analysis techniques, kind of from basic reporting up to that optimization stuff.
Sounds good. A good place to start is with standard reports.
Okay, standard reports, what are those exactly?
These are the ones generated on a regular schedule. Think monthly financial reports, weekly sales summaries, that kind of thing.
So they tell you what happened.
Precisely. They describe past events. Very useful for tracking, but limited for, say, deep strategic planning. They don't usually explain the why.
Right, so if a standard report doesn't answer your specific question,
Then you might move to ad hoc reports.
ad hoc, meaning for this specific purpose.
Exactly. These are custom reports. Business users can often generate them themselves, maybe by tweaking a standard query.
Like, show me sales of this specific product in this specific region last Tuesday.
Pretty much. Or a hospital might run one for patients admitted with a certain condition in the last day or two. Very specific on-demand answers.
Okay. Now, what if you want to explore the data more interactively? Slice and dice it.
Now you're talking about query drill down, or what's often called OLAP, online analytical processing.
OLAP. Sounds technical.
The technology is clever, but the idea is intuitive. Imagine your data is a big cube dimensions, like product, region, time.
Yeah.
OLAP lets you instantly rotate that cube, look at slices from different angles, zoom in, zoom out, all very fast, even with huge amounts of data.
So I could see, say, laptop sales in Australia for Q1.
Yep. And then instantly pivot to see TV sales across all continents in Q2. It's about exploring relationships from multiple perspectives. Very powerful for analysis.
Cool. Okay, what about things that need immediate attention, like a warning sign,
That's where alerts come in. These are automated notifications.
like an email or a pop-up?
Exactly. Triggered by predefined events or maybe error conditions that need action.
So like a store manager getting pinged if stock of a key item drops too low.
Perfect example. It ensures you're proactive, you find out before it becomes a bigger problem or a customer complains.
Got it. So reports tell us what happened, drill down lets us explore, alerts tell us what needs fixing now, what about digging into the why or looking ahead?
Now we're getting into more advanced territory. A fundamental approach here is statistical analysis.
Statistics, okay, we're talking numbers.
Analyzing numerical data, yes, but often to understand a bigger picture from just a sample.
How did that work in practice?
Well, you have descriptive statistics, mean median, mode just summarizing data, like average sales. Then inferential statistics lets you make inferences, like comparing if two groups of buyers behave differently after seeing different ads. And causal analysis tries to identify factors that actually cause an outcome, like what influences someone choosing digital banking. It's about understanding relationships and causes.
Okay, understanding the data deeply. Then can we use that understanding to look forward, like forecasting?
Absolutely. Forecasting uses those historical trends and patterns you've identified to project what might happen in the future.
So predicting next year's sales.
Exactly. Forecasting sales revenue, predicting demand, things like that. It's crucial for long-term planning, budgeting, preparing for market shifts.
It's like using the past to get a calculated glimpse of the future.
A data-driven glimpse, yes.
Now, is forecasting the same as predicting specific events? Or is that another level?
That's generally the next level, often called predictive modeling or predictive analysis.
Predictive modeling, what's the goal there?
The goal is to predict future events, or what's likely to happen next, based on current and historical facts. It's more specific than forecasting a general trend.
What kind of techniques does that involve?
This is where you see things like association rule mining, finding relationships like people who buy X also tend to buy Y. Also, classification sorting data into categories like, is this customer likely to churn? regression for predicting numerical values, even things like neural networks, which can find really complex patterns.
So it's trying to predict specific outcomes or behaviors.
Yes, what's likely to happen, who's likely to do what. Very powerful for personalization or risk assessment, for instance.
Okay, that's fascinating. We've gone from reporting the past to understanding why, to forecasting trends, to predicting specific events. Is there one more step? Like finding the best possible action.
There is indeed, and that's optimization.
Optimization. Finding the optimal solution.
Exactly. This is where it gets really interesting. While prediction might tell you what's likely, optimization aims to identify the single best possible action given your constraints and goals.
So it's not just possibilities, it's giving you the answer.
It strives to, yes. It focuses on finding the optimal suggestion. Think about airlines using it to reroute flights during a storm to minimize delays and costs. It's finding the best path through the complexity.
That's incredibly powerful, going beyond prediction to prescription.
It really is. It represents a very high level of analytical maturity. So, you see, when we talk about data science and analytics, we're really talking about this journey, taking that overwhelming flood of raw data.
That 90% created since 2016.
Right. Taking that, managing it, cleaning it, and then applying these increasingly sophisticated analytical techniques to transform it from chaos into clear, actionable intelligence. That's the core idea.
It's quite a transformation. So thinking about all this, what does it really mean for you listening? Well, the world clearly runs on data now, more than ever. Understanding these basic ideas gives you, I think, a really valuable way to look at things. Whether you're in business trying to improve things, or just trying to make sense of trends, or even tackling a personal project, data-driven thinking is becoming essential.
It really provides a framework for clearer thinking and better choices.
Definitely. So maybe leave you with this thought. Considering the power of these techniques we've touched on, prediction, optimization, what surprising new insight, or maybe what clever optimization could data reveal about a challenge you're facing right now? Could be at work, could be something totally different. It's worth pondering, isn't it?